Nearing the second half of play in this girls' third place game of the Southern Nebraska Conference Tournament here at Centennial High School. It's Fillmore Central 33 and Milford 23. Your halftime scoring for Milford: Tyra Ashoff with 5, Shelby Gropp with 3, Nevaeh Stauffer with 4, Jayla Politsky with 2, Riley Ackerman with 5, Hannah Kepler with 3, and 2 for Sydney Bontrager. Milford keeping themselves within earshot at the free throw line. 9 of 10 in the first half. For Fillmore Central, Jackie Shelkoff and Macy Scott leading the way, as they usually do. 9 apiece, both of them. 3 3-pointers in the ballgame. Lydia Berkey with 2, Aaron Schmidt with 4, Jamie Broman with 1, Hallie Tice with 4, and Alexis Schmidt with 4 in the contest. As we are underway here in the second half, and Fillmore Central starting with that 10-point lead, their largest lead of the contest. A drive down the lane and a travel. Took a little bit to get there, but the travel was indeed the call. 14 turnovers now for the game, so 13 in the first half. 13 first half turnovers for the Milford Eagles. For Fillmore Central, 7 turnovers. Not great at the free throw line, just 3 of 8 at the foul stripe. This is Hallie Tice. The drive in the lane, gets it for Alexis Schmidt. Her shot off the side, but Shelkoff with an offensive rebound and another chance at it for the Panthers. Broman, left side of the key, gets it for Tice. Hallie coming down the lane with the left hand. Kind of flopped, no call. Probably a good no call, and here comes the Milford Eagles with Jayla Politsky. Quickly into the front court. Wants her wraparound pass to Bontrager. Up top, that's Ashoff for 3. No. And the rebound, Tyra tracks it down herself. Steps through, took an extra step in the process, though. So 15 turnovers for the game now for Milford. And I tell you, if not for that turnover discrepancy, which right now, if you're Milford, you're -8 in turnovers, there's probably some other numbers that say you're winning this game, including one like that. Bontrager knocks it free from Alexis Schmidt. Bontrager now to Ashoff on the left side. And a 3 from the right side. That misses everything for Riley Ackerman and goes back to Fillmore Central. Looks like both teams starting the same way they did in the first half. For Milford with Ashoff, Rollins, Politsky, Ackerman, and Bontrager. For Fillmore Central, Shelkoff, Broman, Tice, Scott, and Schmidt. It is of note, Macy Scott begins this third quarter with 3 personal fouls. She did have some extra bench time in that first half due to picking up 2 quickly in the first quarter and then picking up her third one midway through the second period. Broman's pass, tip, knocked free. That's 8 turnovers now for Fillmore Central. Politsky on the dribble drive. All the way to the block, tough shot. Maybe got to herself too far underneath. Schmidt clears the rebound, brings it ahead herself, leaves it for Broman. Jamie, though, has it knocked free, didn't catch the pass cleanly. And we're going to get a timeout for Fillmore Central. They say Broman had enough possession to be able to call a timeout. And that is exactly what Fillmore Central coach Shad Eberhardt did. So a 30-second timeout. Both teams have taken 1 timeout so far in this ballgame. Don't forget, yet to come up tonight, the next game you'll see will be the boys' third-place game. Milford and Sutton doing battle. That's scheduled for a 4:15 tip. We'll see if that goes, if we go a little ahead or behind schedule. Always something to think about for these days. And the girls' championship, Superior and Heartland tonight. And your nightcap is Heartland and Centennial. Those boys, we are going to see 2 of the best individual scorers in their respective classes. Jackson Hirschfeld for Centennial and Lane Hubert for Heartland. Those 2 combined for 71 points the first time those 2 teams played. It wasn't quite one-on-one, but almost, apparently. We'll talk more about that boys' championship when the championship comes, as Ashoff drives straight into Jamie Broman, who did a good job to protect herself a little bit, but Jamie does pick up the foul. It's her first and the first team foul this half on the Panthers. Bontrager takes the pass all the way up top. Now Ashoff on the right side. quick three in the corner from Politsky, no good. And Tice secures the rebound for Fillmore Central. Hallie brings it ahead herself. Leaves it in the corner for Broman. Now Schmidt. And Macy Scott will set up the offense. Macy sporting a little extra tape on the left hand on those last two fingers as well. Schmidt on the curl cut. Bontrager has owned the defense down there. Schmidt has had some good position, but Bontrager keeps blocking it, or like that, just forced a bad shot. So still no score after we had a really nice pace of scoring really for both teams in that first half. Nobody has scored yet in the third quarter. Ashoff's three changes that. Just like that, a 7-point game. 8 points now for Ashoff in the contest. Schmidt on the left wing. Scott pops up top for three off the front. And the rebound is off Centennial. Or is off Milford, excuse me. We're in Centennial. So Aaron Schmidt and Lydia Berkey in for Fillmore Central. That's the easy one. For Milford, though, Shelby Gropp, Nevaeh Stauffer, Hannah Kepler, and Grace Lenz. Basically a second four out there. Politsky, the only one to stay. Scott, a quick three on the inbounds. Boy, they fell early in the first half, but have not fallen lately for Scott and Shelkoff. After each got off to such a great start from behind the arc. Fillmore Central is still scoreless here in this third quarter so far, after they put up 16 and 17 in the first two quarters. Lenz on the block, had it knocked free from behind, and it will stay with Milford. Looking at the lob down low, the shot will not fall, but Kepler gets it back and fouled the second time around. Hannah Kepler will shoot a couple of free throws. On Jamie Broman, that's foul number 2. Team foul number 2. In fact, both of Jamie's fouls have come here in this second half. Kepler now 4 for 5 from the free throw line. All her points at the charity stripe. Now she's 5 for 6. So slowly chipping back into this. 5-0 start in the first almost 5 minutes of this third quarter for Milford, yet they still trail by 5. Shelkoff leaves it for Scott. Now Aaron Schmidt from the left side. Her 10-footer, no. And the defensive rebound for Gropp. Here comes Shelby Gropp and the Milford Eagles, trying to make it a one-possession game. Kepler at the high post, guarded by Berkey. Now Gropp gets a screen, dribbles all the way to the right block. Tough shot, no. Kepler offensive rebound and a foul on the floor on Berkey. That is the third on Lydia, also the third on Fillmore Central of the half. 3 fouls on the Panthers, none yet on the Eagles. Up top, that's Stauffer with it. Now Kepler. Gropp will set up the offense. Baseline drive, 4 defenders come with her. A wide open 3, that is no good, and Aaron Schmidt pulls down the rebound. Politsky put up the shot. Fillmore Central still looking for the first points of the second half. Not gonna, Aaron Schmidt does end up with a loose ball. She's in the lane, kicks it out. Here's a 3 from Shelkoff, no. And the defensive rebound for Stauffer. And we've got shoulders banging everywhere out there, offensively and defensively, for these two teams. Become very scrappy all of a sudden. Politsky a pull-up? No. Tice the rebound, fouled from behind. The first foul of the half on Milford. They will call it on Hannah Kepler. Timeout, Fillmore Central. It will be a full timeout for the Panthers. We will step aside as well and come back after a commercial break here on Strive TV.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Fillmore Central still scoreless in the second half, but still leading 33-28. A minute 48 to go here in this third period. Panthers 11-8 on their season coming into this game. Milford 14-6 on their season. All the balance of scoring really for both teams. I didn't count that up. There's 7 for Milford and 7 for Fillmore Central that scored in that first half. Only 2 have scored for Milford in the second half, and none, of course, for Fillmore Central. Aaron Schmidt trying to get posted up on the left side. Goes with the up and under of the right hand. Still will not fall. That was a good move, too, and the defensive rebound for Politsky. Here come the Eagles again, trying to make it a one-possession game. Been stuck on this score for about 3 minutes, though. Backdoor cut, Politsky gets underneath, Kepler from the backside, and it's good. And we're at a one-possession game. Hannah Kepler with 4 points in the half, 7 points for the game. That is second on Milford's team. Broman hands it off for Schmidt, under a minute to play in the period. Still no score for Fillmore Central. That was partially blocked. Scott had it blocked by Stauffer. Here come the Eagles. Can tie it with 3. There's Politsky. No. Long rebound. Who's going to get there? Jump ball possession, Fillmore Central. Tyra Ashoff into the ball game for the Eagles. And Alexis Schmidt coming in for Fillmore Central. Tice, bounce pass to her, got it knocked around. Shelkoff tracks it down, and Jackie, as she's going through the lane, draws a reach-in foul on Ashoff. That'll be the third on Tyra, and just the second of the half on Milford. 29 seconds left in the third. We'll try to go backside, too late though, and it's picked off. Off one leg. And now from the other end of the floor, we're going to get a change. We're going to get that change to Milford ball. I thought that was probably the right call, just seeing it in live action. Kepler didn't dribble it off her own foot. It did hit a Panther foot. But still a chance to tie it with 3 on this possession if you're Milford. Kepler at the high post. Back out, that's a 3 from Stauffer that would tie. Scott, can she save it in? Can Fillmore Central? No, it's going to stay with Milford. 9 seconds to go in the first half, in the third quarter. Stauffer with it, guarded by Scott. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Stauffer picks it up. This is Gropp with a runner. That would have counted, but does not fall. So it's a 7-0 score in the quarter for Milford. Still down, but only by 3, heading to the fourth of the girls' SNC third-place game here at Centennial. Back after a commercial break after this.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
Our live shot here. 33-30, Fillmore Central leading Milford. And yet their largest lead was 10 that they had at half. Did not score in the period, did the Panthers. Goose-egged, as it were. They give up, however, their fewest points of any quarter so far, and they retain their lead. Eavesdropping a little bit on the Panther huddle with Coach Chad Eberhardt, imploring his team, hey, you still got good shots in the lane. You can't assume every time you shoot it from 5 feet and someone tries to block it that it's going to be a foul. You can't make that assumption, but you also can't just look at the first curl cut in the offense. So preaching a little bit of patience to try to get the best shot, not necessarily the first shot within the offense. There's a running shot that is no good, but 2 free throws coming for Shelby Gropp. Bailed out by the Fillmore Central defense that got just a little bit stuck there where everybody was coming out, everybody was moving. Jamie Broman now has 3 fouls, 4 team fouls, and it's a 2-point game. Tice secures the second rebound. Schmidt into the corner for Macy Scott. Macy averages almost 13 a game, gets it to Broman, and a foul called on Bontrager. Two shots coming for Jamie Broman. Jamie was 1 of 2 in the first half. 5'5" senior. First points of the second half for Fillmore Central come 29 seconds into the fourth quarter. Politsky on the right side. Her pass picked off, though. Broman with his steal. Jamie looking to go coast to coast with the right hand. She cannot finish. Politsky with a rebound. Now Politsky, Jayla underneath the hoop. Her shot. No, boy, that thing was halfway in and out. And then Politsky with a foul on the rebound as Tice secured it. It'll be the second on Jayla and the third, actually the fourth, on Milford. So 4 team fouls each way here in the second half. A 4-point Fillmore Central lead with 7 minutes to go. A quick 3. Good by Hallie Tice. Hallie up to 7 points. She averages 7.4 per game. And a 7-point Panther lead. After it had been just 3, actually it had been 2 after an early possession here in the fourth quarter. And an answer from Rollins. Her first points of the game make it a 5-point contest. Minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Shelkoff with her dribble for Tice. Onto the wing for Schmidt. Alexis, baseline. Stops, turns, nobody home. Turnover. Well, it was a good idea, and actually I think if Schmidt had, the way she stopped and spun, if she had turned right back to the hoop, she might have been wide open, but instead, the 9th turnover of the game for Fillmore Central. Only the second of the second half for the Panthers. And maybe the biggest difference in between the first and the second half is for Milford. They had 13 first half turnovers, only turned it over 3 times so far in the second half. High post, backside, Bontrager up and good. Didn't look pretty, but it was effective on the pass from the high post, and it's back to a 3-point game. Fillmore Central with a lead in the basketball. Scott, top of the key. Now Schmidt. Alexis looking. Gets it to Scott. Back to Tice. Hallie, shot fake and a dribble drive and a foul on the floor. That one going to be against Rollins. Erica picks up foul number 3, team foul number 5. Lydia Berkey in for Fillmore Central. Lenz and Stauffer and Ackerman back in there for Milford. Scott tracks down the inbounds play and will set up the offense. Berkey's pass picked off, stolen away by Ackerman. Riley one-on-one with Broman. Stops, cannot get the shot. Shelkoff the rebound. Bullet dodged by the Panthers. Tice at the top. 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Scott fires up the 3. That one's long. Tice tips the rebound. Berkey has it for a moment. Now we're rolling. Now we've got a jump ball. The possession stays with Fillmore Central. Politsky into the ball game to replace Ackerman in the lineup for Milford. Fillmore Central lead is 3. Broman with it, gets it for Macy Scott. Long cross-court pass. Berkey on the wing. Now Tice. Hallie for Lydia Berkey. Dribble drive into the lane. Shot blocked, though. And Politsky the rebound. Here come the Eagles with a chance to tie it with 3 on the possession. Up top, Kepler gets by her first defender and slams into the defense of Macy Scott and draws the 4th personal foul on Macy. 5th team foul, and it will be 2 shots for Hannah Kepler. So staying on the floor with the 4 fouls for now is Macy Scott. The lead's still 2. This is the closest that Milford has been in the second half, despite holding Fillmore Central to just 5 points in the half. Broman's 3 is way short. Aaron Schmidt had it for just a second, but lost it out of bounds. Chance to tie or take the lead. First time we've been able to say that for Milford when they've had the ball. Last time they cut it to 2 early in this quarter. Hallie Tice answered with a 3-pointer for Fillmore Central. But the first time they've really had a chance to take the lead or at least get it tied. There's Kepler, no. And the rebound for Scott. Now Tice up the sideline. Hallie hard into the lane. Her shot will not fall. Aaron Schmidt grabs the rebound and gets fouled. The foul whistled against Grace Lenz, her 2nd, team's 6th. So Fillmore Central going to be in the bonus for the rest of the game, and free throws going to be very important for the Panthers. They have not been great so far. They are now 5 of 11 at the free throw line in the game. Now 6 of 12. And that is Schmidt's first make. Aaron with 5 points in the game. So back to a 3-point contest. 3.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Gropp brings it up. Fillmore Central has stayed in the man-to-man defense. Macy Scott with 4 fouls out there guarding Gropp. Kepler thought about the three, now goes baseline and just lost it out of bounds. Good help defense by Aaron Schmidt that time. Took away the baseline and Kepler just lost it. That's the 17th turnover for Milford in the ball game. That's Shelkoff, an open three. Boy, they were 3 for 3 was Jackie to start the first quarter and hasn't hit one since, and she's had some good looks. And another turnover. Kepler maybe had a dribble knocked free at one point, but eventually had a couple more slaps at it, but could not get it under control. Alexa Schmidt into the ballgame to replace Aaron Schmidt. Power dribble from Schmidt. Alexis finishes with a chance at a three-point play. Strongest move Alexis has made tonight. And you can see Coach Chad Eberhardt was very appreciative of the effort on that one. Grace Lenz just picked up foul number 3. She comes to the bench. Got to have Cindy Bontrager also with 3 fouls, but got to have her out there against Alexis Schmidt. The free throw, though, no good, but an offensive rebound for Jamie Broman, and Jamie throws it away. Oh, didn't need to throw a pass there. The lead is 5 for Fillmore Central, and a full timeout is taken by Milford. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining after this one. It is a full timeout. 2:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. Don't forget, coming up next, we'll have the boys' third place game between Milford and Sutton. That is scheduled for a 4:15 start. We'll see how close we are to that, of course. And then tonight we will also see right here on the Centennial Strive channel, is where you'll see all of the games. And by the way, if you're watching us straight from the Centennial channel, but you would like to see the brackets, I would invite you and encourage you, in fact, to go to strivesports.com. You'll find the big post for the Southern Nebraska Conference Tournament. Got the scores from the other night, the schedule for today, and of course the Centennial player that you can watch all of the games on. Just a little more information around the tournament that can be found on strivesports.com. So the girls' championship, Superior and Heartland, scheduled for a 6 o'clock start tonight, and your championship for the boys, Heartland and Centennial, coming up tonight at around 7:30. Milford has closed to as little as 2 twice in this half. Fillmore Central has had a little bit of an answer each time. Nevaeh Stauffer with her dribble, guarded by Macy Scott. Macy out there with the 4 fouls for Fillmore Central. Up top, reach and foul called on the Panthers. And they're going to call it on Jackie Shelkoff. That'll be Jackie's 2nd and the team's 6th. So both teams from here on out are going to be in the bonus for the rest of the game. Jayla Politsky hands it off to Tyra Ashoff. Good hedge on that double team, and good job by Stauffer to dribble out of it. Long skip pass. Ashoff down low, tipped and stolen away. Alexa Schmidt comes on the rotation. That is the 19th turnover forced by Fillmore Central. They forced 4 of them here in the fourth quarter. Tice is on that left block looking for the ball. Now she will get it, spins into a double and a triple team, and before she gets the pass out of there is fouled, so it's a 1-and-1 opportunity for Hallie Tice. And Politsky just picked up foul number 3. Team foul number 8. 1-and-1 for Tice. She has 7 points for the Panthers. Yeah, that one's short, though, and the defensive rebound for Ashoff. Still a 5-point game. Minute 20 to go. Bontrager in the corner. Onto the wing now for Politsky. She wants the screen and roll. Jayla goes baseline. Into a double team, though. Does get it off for Bontrager, and a timeout taken by Milford. They are going to take a full timeout with 58 seconds to go. Well, this has been fun. In case you're just joining us, it was a very entertaining first quarter that Fillmore Central led 16-13. For the Panthers, it featured 3 Jackie Shelkoff three-pointers and another one from Macy Scott. Macy continued that into the second quarter. She hit 2 three-pointers early in that quarter, and suddenly, like 2 minutes into the second quarter, both Shelkoff and Scott had 3 threes and 9 total points. Since then, neither one of them scored. Nobody's hit a 3, nobody's hit a free throw, nobody's got a driving shot. They've been okay on defense. They've gotten the ball in some good places. They just haven't hit a shot since then. But you've got Lydia Berkey with a basket. Erin Schmidt has 5 points. Jamie Broman has 3. And Alexa Schmidt has 6. So the team scoring has come back a little bit. At halftime, Fillmore Central led this game 33-23. Fillmore Central did not score again until there were 29 seconds gone in the fourth quarter. They were shut out in the third, yet held on to their lead at 33-30. And now so far here in this fourth quarter, it is 8-6 in favor of Fillmore Central. But 58 seconds remain. Milford has 1 timeout remaining. I beg your pardon, Milford has 2 timeouts remaining. Fillmore Central does have 3 if they need them. But the Eagles with a basketball against the man-to-man defense that they've seen all game from Fillmore Central. Stepping through, Broman knocked it free, but it is controlled. Ashoff skips it. Kepler on the left side, guarded by Alexis Schmidt. Good defense by Alexis on the far side. Now a dribble drive to the right side. The basket will not fall. We got a jump ball on the rebound. That will stay with Milford as Kepler and Schmidt were tangled up with it. So an inbounds play with 31 seconds to go. Just before a 5 count, a timeout for Milford. This a 30-second timeout, leaving them with 1 full timeout remaining. So if you're Milford, it's 2 possessions when you're down 5, right? 41-36. Which do you want first? Do you want to go for the three-pointer on this possession? Excuse me. And see if you can, get a foul and maybe get a missed front end of a 1-and-1. It's not a double bonus yet for Fillmore Central. And the Panthers have not been great at the free throw line. They are 3 of 6 in the second half, which means they are 6 of 14 for the game at the free throw line. So if you're Milford, getting a 3 here might not be a bad idea. They try to throw it all the way up top for Rollins. They get over on the right side for Stauffer. Pass down low, tipped and stolen away. Scott comes up with a loose ball after it was tipped by Schmidt. Milford needs to foul, and they do. Foul Alexis Schmidt. So a 1-and-1 with 18 seconds left. So one of these still leaves it a 2-possession game, but getting both, boy, that would be huge. But you got to get the first. Schmidt with 7 points in the contest. Offensive rebound, Tice fouled, and she will get, this time, a double bonus with 16 seconds left. Two shots, so Tice will get to take the first one first. Boy, it got real quiet in here all of a sudden. Hallie's got 8 points in the game. this sweet stroke of Hallie Tice might have just put this one out of reach. An 8-point game with 13 seconds left. Good job by Schmidt to make Politsky dribble around her, but then Broman does pick up a foul, so a 1-and-1 here with 7 seconds left for Jayla Politsky. That's the 4th foul on Broman. Politsky 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Milford going to look at this game and go, you know what, we were really good at the free throw line. We're going to hold Fillmore Central to like 11 points maybe in the second half, but not quite have enough to come out with this. Full timeout is taken on the floor by Milford, so it's their last timeout, but down 6 points with 7.9 seconds left. Sub-districts loom here in just a couple weeks, actually. The regular season always goes too fast, it seems. So many games there in December and January, and then you hit the 1st of February, you play a conference tournament, and then suddenly you're looking at the postseason, and it sneaks up on you quick, and then you're looking at trying to make it to the first week of March to extend your season. Of course, if you're playing in March, you're playing in Lincoln. Boys' third-place game, Sutton and Milford coming up next. You'll see it here on Strive TV. We're on the Centennial Channel all day here today with the Southern Nebraska Conference Tournament. I would also invite you that if you are kind of clicking around and you've stumbled upon Centennial's channel and you've stumbled upon Fillmore Central and Milford, that on StriveSports.com we have actually got a few other conferences that are playing their games, and we've got some bracket information on Strive Sports. I believe the ECNC, I believe that's the East Central Nebraska, something like that. The ECNC tournament going on. You can watch those games through StriveSports.com as well. And then Macy Scott gets pushed out of bounds, and they call a foul. That's okay. That's your ball game is what it is. Third place finish for the Fillmore Central Panthers. They win it over Milford 44-38 here today. We will run down the final scoring here for you in just a second. For Milford, Tyra Ashoff will finish with 8. Shelby Gropp with 4. Erica Rollins with 2. Nevaeh Stauffer with 4. Jayla Politsky with 4 points. Riley Ackerman with 5. Hannah Kepler, she finishes with 8 points and 4 points for Sydney Bontrager in the ballgame for Milford. For Fillmore Central, Jackie Shelkoff finishes with those 9 points, all that came in the first quarter on 3-pointers. Lydia Berkey with 2. Aaron Schmidt with 5. Jamie Broman 3. Hallie Tice with 9. Macy Scott with 9. And Alexa Schmidt finishes with 7 in the ballgame. So very, very balanced for Fillmore Central. 7 girls score, 8 girls score for Milford in the ballgame. 44-38, Fillmore Central takes third place at the SNC basketball tournament. We are scheduled for a 4:15 start for our boys' third place game. That is Milford and Sutton. Looks like we will be just right on that for tip-off here this afternoon. So congratulations again, Milford and Fillmore Central. It is the Panthers winning third place at the SNC 44-38. Come back with us on Strive TV, and we will have the boys' game between Milford and Sutton for third place coming up from Centennial High School.